Hi, my name is Vaishali and I am a storyteller. I love narrating stories to children everywhere I get an opportunity in the schools, in parks, in museums, and even on Hey Cloudy because stories are very powerful. And today I'm going to tell you a lovely fun time story from Hey Cloudy, and it's called The Wish Granting Pumpkin. So, once upon a time, there was a farmer. He was very hardworking and very cheerful, and he would grow pumpkins in his farm. He harvested hundreds and hundreds of pumpkins and took it to the market to sell. And every day he would keep aside just one pumpkin for himself and his family to get something delicious cooked out of it. One day, after piling up all the pumpkins just by his hut, he took one little pumpkin and as he placed it down to cut it with his knife, suddenly he heard a blop blop sound. He looked to his left, he looked to his right, and everywhere else, but wasn't sure from where the sound came. And suddenly he noticed two tiny hands and two tiny feet come out, blop blop, from the pumpkin. He was amazed and surprised because he had never seen something like this. A pumpkin with tiny hands and tiny feet, just like that of a little baby. And just before he could even say something to himself, the pumpkin spoke up and said, I am a wish granting pumpkin. Ask me whatever you would like to have. The farmer was really surprised and amused now and started laughing. Ha 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 ha! A pumpkin who would grant him a wish? Without thinking much, he said, all right, let me have a golden knife. And to his surprise, the pumpkin said, sure, but not before you catch me. And the pumpkin started running. I'm a little pumpkin with hands and feet. This is my stem and this is my skin. You will have to catch me and chase me now. Catch me and get your wish. So the farmer started running behind the pumpkin, and the pumpkin was enjoying this little game. And finally, the farmer caught the pumpkin and said, got you. He said, all right. And just then, the pumpkin disappeared, and in its place, there was a golden knife. Now the farmer was surprised and stunned because indeed his wish was granted. There was a golden knife in his hand, and the pumpkin had vanished and given him this wish. And so he took it back to his hut, kept it very safely. The next day, he again picked up one pumpkin, kept it aside for his family, and as he was about to cut the pumpkin, the same thing happened. Blop, blop. Came out two tiny hands, two tiny feet, and the pumpkin said, I am wish granting pumpkin. Catch me if you can, and I will grant you a wish. So the pumpkin started running. I'm a little pumpkin with hands and feet. This is my stem, this is my skin. If you want a wish, you have to catch me and chase me and get your wish. So the farmer played again with the pumpkin, the chase game, and finally got the pumpkin and said, I wish I had a well in my farm, a big well to water all the plants. So the pumpkin said, all right. And he disappeared, and there was a well in the farm. So again, the wish that the farmer had asked had come true. And indeed, he had a wish granting pumpkin. Now on the third day, the farmer was curious to know if even today he is going to get a wish granting pumpkin. He picked up one pumpkin after placing aside all the other pumpkins, and as he was about to cut it, blop, blop, came out two tiny hands and two tiny feet and sang the same song. I'm a little pumpkin with hands and feet. This is my stem and this is my skin. If you want a wish, you have to catch and chase me and grant and get your wish. And so the farmer did exactly that. And when he got the pumpkin, he said, got you, and asked, I wish to have this leaking roof of my hut repaired. So the pumpkin said, all right, and he disappeared. And to the farmer's surprise, the roof was really repaired and brand new. Now, every day the farmer had some wish or the other granted. And soon he attracted some jealous neighbors who were curious to know how the farmer was getting richer and richer day by day, and everything seemed to be strange and around him, and the farmer was more happy and more cheerful. So one jealous neighbor decided that when the farmer goes out to the market to sell his pumpkins, he would sneak into the house and find out. And he did that. And when he sneaked in, he caught hold of a pumpkin and two tiny feet and two tiny hands came out. And this jealous neighbor screamed, oh, you are a wish-granting pumpkin, and I wish for a wish-granting pumpkin every day, so grant me this wish. Now the pumpkin realized and saw the greedy eyes of this neighbor, and he said, sure, why not? But you have to play this game with me. Catch me if you can. And he sang the song. I'm a little pumpkin with hands and feet. This is my stem and this is my skin. And if you want a wish, catch me and chase me if you can and have your wish granted. And he ran and ran as fast as he could and went to the pile of pumpkins, never to return back again. So this was the story of the wish-granting pumpkin, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did narrating it to you and listening to it on Hey Cloudy. So if you want to listen to more stories, you know what you have to do. Just download Hey Cloudy and listen to all the lovely stories. Thank you for listening to me. Have a great day.